beautiful stars, welcome to my channel. If you are new, hit the like button and the subscribe button. So today's reading is going to be a past life reading, connecting with your past life. So me personally, my past lives have been popping up every so often, and it's got me thinking again that I'm going to be needing a deeper or another past life reading to really get some more things in order, because your past life, your most recent past life, or any one of your past lives could definitely be affecting you currently, especially if you are here right now to learn or to if you're here to learn from your past lives, which most of us are here to learn from our past lives, or do something different than our past lives. But like I said, that has been popping up a lot, so I decided to do a collective 4-pile spread for you. If you've never gotten a past life reading, this is so awesome, because it's like a movie. Like, it's literally like looking back at a movie that you've never seen before, but it's vaguely familiar. Okay, so it's it's kind of like one of those when you're talking about your past life. So many of us have had many past lives, but some of us have only had a few, and some of us could be a new soul, a new spirit. This could be your very first experience on Earth. Okay, but so we have 4 piles for you to choose from. So before we get into that, know that you are right now in a circle of protection, in a bubble of protective light, okay? Joyous light as well. So keep your spirits high, and I like to draw in a circle of protection around me every day, but especially when we are exploring and connecting to your past life. So you want to personally draw in a circle of protection around you, call in your angels, call on Archangel Michael to be present with you and be protecting you right now. So with that being said, let's take our 3 mindful breaths to connect with our higher selves, our angels, and our spirit team. Okay, so inhale in, exhale, inhale, exhale. So if you can see my shirt says, I did my best and my best is enough. This is an affirmation shirt. If you're interested in an affirmation shirt, then definitely read the links below. If you're interested in waist beads, then definitely read the description below. All of that will be down there for you to gain. So with that being said, we are connected to our higher selves right now in this moment. Now we're going to ask ourselves, which pile is linked to my past life, or what do I need to know about my past life, or ask yourself a question like that and choose with your intuition. I only have 4 piles today instead of the normal 6. Alright, so if you chose this green healing crystal. Okay guys, so hopefully you guys can see that. I apologize if you can't. I just decided to spread them all out so we can just get right to the chase. So based off of this, it looks like your past life, in a past life, your most recent past life, or the past life that is affecting you is I'm getting like a lot of like lack, or like without, or like having to like steal or fight for what you had, or what you wanted to gain. But I feel like your past life was full of like I don't want to say darkness, but I will say like it was full of like like misleading, misguiding is what I'm hearing in my head. Like, you could have been someone who was in battle or a conqueror. Yeah, like you could have been a conqueror, like going through great lengths to get like treasure, or to get like manipulating people, bullying people, like murdering people. The number 3 might be very important to you as well. But that's what I'm getting right here. Like right here is like showing you like the path that you was once on, or your past life. Like it was just a lot of like strife, like a lot of things being taken away, a lot of secrets. And right here with this right here, I do feel like you may have died in battle. Let's take a look at your past life cards. So these 6 cards right here are going to tell me, okay, 6 different things. So this first card, trees. You have trees. And this is going to let me know the past life that is heavily influencing you right now. And you have trees. Why is this past life so important? You have Atlantis. Leaving or traveling in reverse. So yeah, that's what I thought. That is exactly what I thought, you guys. And just give me a minute, I'll break it down to you in a minute. You have scribe and writer. Oh wow, that's interesting. All right, then you have the arts. All right, and then finally you have phobias. Okay, so yeah, okay, so like I said, the past life that is heavily influencing you right now, and you have trees, and you also have this prickle fairy right here, and you have regenerating mummy. So, and I'm getting goosebumps. So there's like nature, and there's like water. So I feel like maybe in a past life, there was like drought, or there was like a dark era or a dark age. I'm hearing where there was like there's just so much like scarcity. That's the word, scarcity. There is just so much scarcity, so much lack. Okay, and I also feel like there was a lot of like you were guided to maybe make a change or lead people. Okay, definitely I'm getting like leader vibes. Like you were like a leader, you were someone that your people kind of like counted on or looked up to. And yeah, I'm getting goosebumps with that. So I feel like the past life that is heavily influencing your life right now, it's like, but this isn't necessarily telling me like what this is, but I feel like you did die in battle in your most recent past life. This Atlantis right here, yeah, I definitely think, oh yeah, look at this. They kind of like, okay, so you might have been Atlantean, or like, yeah, past life, you know, the lost empire. But yeah, I feel like, or conquest, that word wants to come up as well. So the thing about the past lives is it can be a little tricky, because like we go through like some of us like many past lives. So take this with an open mind. Okay, so why is this important? And you had Atlantis. So okay, you guys, so I'm looking at this fish, and I'm also looking at this dolphins right here. So this past life is important because it did teach you a lot of things, and there is like hidden, I'm getting goosebumps. So there's like hidden knowledge and hidden information within your DNA, because you bought down, you have this knowledge this wisdom. It's like ancient wisdom. And you bought it with you this life. So that's why your past life, this past life that you've been like hanging on to, like this past life is heavily influencing you because it has this knowledge, this information that you have. Like you have ancient wisdom. Okay, and that's why it's so important, because it has wisdom for you that you need to tap into in order to create difference, in order for you to create something different, in order for you to create something abundant, in order for you to create this life that you actually want to live and not just surviving. You have to tap into this wisdom because you have this knowledge and you have the secrets of this knowledge, and you have like regenerating mummy is like to repair what was once broken, and it's the connection. With this trees, it's like get to the root, or plant your roots, if that makes sense. I'm sorry that it's like, this one is like very poetic, and it's like very like mysterious. This one is like very mysterious and very like poetic. And it's funny because you have scribe, writer right here, so you might be a writer, or you might be really interested in writing, or really good at writing naturally. Poetry might get your attention, or you just might be you know, you could be an artist. Look, the arts is also right here, so you could be an artist. Anything involving like writing, painting, anything that you can create with your hands. Music, you might be good at writing songs, playing instruments. Or in a past life, that's what you were doing. Okay, in a past life, you may have was traveling around. Okay, or see, the thing is, like I'm just gonna read this, and then I'm gonna individually read the questions and see if anything else wants to come out. But I feel like you wanted to leave, like your past life, wherever you were in a past life. It was like I feel like you wasn't happy with it. Like there was scarcity. Maybe there wasn't like trees, like everything there was no resources. Yeah, like scarcity. There was like no resources. So you kind of like went out and kind of like, what is that? Like Vikings is popping up in my head. Like raided. Like, yeah, maybe you would like raided different places. Okay, to get like treasure, or to find gold. Okay, and I feel like yeah, like you do have like a lot of ancient wisdom, ancient knowledge, but I feel like in a past life, if you were like traveling around and gaining different knowledge and gaining different talents and things like that, I do feel like yeah, like there was just so much battle. There was like so much like battle and conflict in your past life. And I feel like you had these two creative outlets, you know, being a writer, or creating like literature or music. Okay, so a way that you can learn more about your past life would be to write, which is funny. It's like write about it, because it's like you have this information about your past life within you. So it's interesting because you, like your guides are like telling you that you need to write out or write a story about your life. That's what I'm getting from this. Like write a story, or the things that happen in your life would be great in a song type of thing. So yeah, how can you incorporate previous lessons to your current life? And you have leaving or travel in reverse. And I feel like it's in reverse because like for a long time, for these past lives, you've been trying to run from it. You've been trying to relocate so that problem is not a problem anymore. And you probably, and I'm getting goosebumps, so you probably have been always trying to run away from your past. These lifetimes you've been trying to run away from your past, trying to run away from the scarcity, trying to run away and create this new life. And you haven't been able to run away. You haven't been able to escape because you can't escape who you are. You can't escape who you are. But I don't feel like you are the same. Like, I feel like you don't think the same. Like, it's not about rating, and it's not about getting things quick. It's not about taking things from people. I do feel like you did have a change of heart within your past life, but I feel like a lot of things held you back. A lot of things held you back from not having enough resources, but I do feel like you was guided, and I do feel like you was able to I do feel like you had the knowledge to do things differently, whether you did that or not. Or maybe you got sick. You may have also gotten sick. And keep in mind, you guys, that this is a collective reading. If you want a personal reading, definitely link below. So yeah, your soul is pulling you to learn about your past lives, because that is where your hidden phobias are. That is where your triggers are. That is why you act the way you act, why you respond to things the way you respond to things. And it's funny because you have this healing crystal. So you're really being called to explore your past so that you can heal presently, so that you can heal, so that your past is no longer affecting your present and future. And honestly, that's what I have for you. But I do want to pull. Yeah, look, this came out. It says every journey starts with a single step, and notice that she has a suitcase. Okay, so maybe you have been called to travel or to move or to go a different path, go a different direction, but I feel like you haven't made the right steps, or you haven't taken the necessary steps in order to have this different life that you want. I do feel like if you have been like thinking about moving or thinking about leaving, I feel like that's what you're being called to explore, is what I'm hearing. You're being called to explore, but maybe you're afraid to leave where you are. Like, your roots are planted deeply where you are, but maybe you're being called to move. The word wants to be written. Oh my goodness, you guys. The word wants to be written, scribe or writer. So yeah, your spirit team is not going to let me tell you anything else besides what I already told you, because they're starting to repeat themselves. So, yeah, maybe pay attention to your dreams, you guys. Pay attention to your dreams, because ideas are coming to you. The number, like I said, the number 3 might be important because 33 came out right here. So, like I said, you just need to be like your path. Like, there's a story within you. And I feel like the way to get that is to listen to your dreams, but also to meditate, and also just allow yourself to creatively write, creatively make music, and just allow yourself to be as free as possible. Because I feel like in your past life, I'm getting goosebumps. Like, I've been getting goosebumps the whole time I was talking. But I feel like in your past life, you were either sheltered or didn't have that room to be free, to explore. And you were always like afraid of something. There's like a hidden fear in you, and you just need to let it out. I feel like you're scared of going in the wrong direction. I feel like you're also scared to make a mistake, because I feel like in your past life, one wrong decision could cost you your life, but it's not like that now. But it's like you're still kind of living in that. That's what I have for you guys. I almost wish that I could have told you more, but I feel like that was a lot, because there's nothing else that wants to come out. So like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next time. Alright, beautiful stars, if you chose the rose quartz crystal, alright, so we're gonna explore your past life, okay, and connect with your past life. Now, it's funny because you had a whole bunch of cards that wanted to come out, so I'm just gonna jump right into them as far as pulling them out. Interesting. Rescue prisoners, horses, dagger. Okay. Look at this, giving me hero vibes. Planes. Thorough search. Okay, wow, this is interesting. Okay guys, so just looking at these cards right here that I just pulled out. Okay, so I'm sorry guys, hopefully you guys can see that. You guys did have a lot of cards, so I apologize if you can't see that clearly. Okay, so you guys do have this 7 completed right here with the 777. Okay guys, so it's interesting that you have this 7 completed right here, because with this 7 completed, it's a sign. With the 7s are a sign. You have 7 here. Interesting. Okay, so 7s and 3s might get your attention a lot, but if they do not, or if you so happen to overlook them, 2 also might get your attention. But 7 is a good 777 is a good sign of things to come. Trust your instincts and the guidance of your guardian angels. It also represents spiritual shifts that are taking place in your life or have taken place in your life. So let's jump back into this past life reading. So in your past life, I feel like things or people, your people got taken from you, or you know, someone close to you got taken away from you, and I feel like you spent a lot of your life looking for them, I'm getting goosebumps. Like, this is almost sad. Like, this makes me want to cry. This does make me want to cry, because I feel like someone, like in your past life, someone got taken away from you and imprisoned. Maybe you got wrongfully imprisoned and you got out when you were of old age. You also found yourself in prison, spiritually found yourself in prison, if that applies to you, or if you feel like that applies to you. But what I'm getting here also is I feel like you went on like this journey to like find someone, like rescue prisoners. That's why I say that, because I feel like you ended up like you found, and there's another old guy right there. So maybe like your lover, if you're a female, or if you're or maybe like someone that's related to you, but it could have been a spouse that got taken away from you. So if in this life you always feel like you're missing like a loved one, or you're missing your life is not complete, it's because a loved one got taken away from you, and you really did all that you could to find them. Yeah, but I feel like you feel someone from your past life, literally, like, there's this, like, they stole your happiness, almost like literally, like they stole your happiness. I'm almost feeling like brokenhearted. Yeah, and you really, like, I'm getting goosebumps. Like, you really search for this person, for this lover, or for this person. With this being a rose quartz crystal, it definitely could have been a loved one that you lost. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling like it was a loved one that was lost. I feel like you went on a journey, like your past life was like, it almost makes me, I'm getting like the Swan Princess, flashes of the Swan Princess, where he like has to battle the dragon, or you know, has, like, I'm getting like Swan Princess vibes, like. But I feel like someone was taken from you, like a loved one was taken from you, and you did everything that you could to find them, to search for them, but I don't feel like you was successful at finding them. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like a lot of things, or this person that got taken away from you, I feel like even in death, or maybe they died, or maybe you died before you could find them, and it's just like a call of the haunted, or maybe they got taken away and killed, and you communicated with them through death. But I feel like this is like really sad almost. So, but yeah, this pile right here definitely like touches your heart. It's I'm getting like soul tie, but it's not really a soul tie. It's just like an emotional tie to your past life. Yeah, yeah. I really feel like you lost, like, not you lost, but like, yeah, lost them in, as in they got taken away from this person. This, it was a loved one, definitely a loved one got taken away from you. They got imprisoned. They got, okay, I love you. They got imprisoned. Yeah. I'm like, you guys, I really want to, like, I feel for this pile. Like, I haven't even gotten to this. Let me get to this. This is just like, I feel like you lost something and you really went on a search your whole life. You searched your whole life to find someone you thought was dead, and then you found them through death. Maybe you found them, spiritually speaking. Rescue prisoners. This could also be like you being the prisoner. You could all, baby. Okay. Okay, you guys. Whew. Whew. I had to take a minute, like I'm getting goosebumps. Okay. Yeah, guys. Whew. If you could see these goosebumps just rushing through my body right now. Okay. Alright. So, you do have the forgiveness card. And look at me, I'm kind of tearing up right now. You do have the forgiveness card, you guys. Which it is. It's going to take a lot of forgiveness to get past this past life. It's your most recent past life. So I can understand why in this life it can seem like it's still affecting you, even when it's not, because it's an emotional tie. And especially if this loved one that was taken away, I'm sorry guys, especially if this loved one that was taken away from you was your baby, was your family. It doesn't even have to be one person. Like, it could have been your whole family. Like, look at them in there, right there. It could have been your whole family that got taken away from you. I'm sorry guys, I'm crying a little bit, but this is really sad. Oh, okay, now it's starting to make sense. Oh, you guys, what did I say? What did I say? Yeah, arsenal robber. Like, they locked you up or locked your family up, or you was taking away from your family. It could have been like any one of those. Like, it's really sad. Yeah. Yeah, I know it. Egypt. This could have happened in Egypt. Oh, Egypt. And then you have imprisonment and slavery. Then you also have Native American. So in your past life, with Native American, I think of two different things. So with Native American, I think of health. With Native American, I also think of you being an actual Native American. Okay, that could have been, yeah, you could have been a Native American. And like I said, yeah, imprisonment, slavery. Yeah, you probably was taken away from your family or had your family taken away from you, especially if you were a knight. If you were a knight, that makes so much sense that the dagger makes sense, and it makes sense that because you were a knight, to get back at you, that they would take your family away and lock them up. or lock you up to be away from your family. Persecution and inquisition. So yeah, you definitely got treated. You definitely got mistreated after you were imprisoned. And yeah, you could have, like I said, this is like two different things. So you could have either died in this Egypt right here. So you could have, now with this, you could have traveled to Egypt, or you could have lived in Egypt during this time. Okay? You could have traveled to Egypt. You could have been Egyptian. But Native American, I feel like, is what you were in a past life. You were a Native American in a past life. You could have traveled to Egypt to be imprisoned. Like I said, there's so many like a little bit of spaces here because this is a collective. So I don't want to really get too personal. So this is like a general, you know. So yeah. So I feel like there was a lot of loss here. Like knighthood, and you have the horses, so that makes sense as well. But like there's a lot of forgiveness because there's a lot of loss, and there's a lot of sadness that was in your past life. But I do feel like you did die at a very old age, and you did incarnate with past life wisdom, but also past life trauma. And there's a lot of past life trauma because I feel like you had to bury your family. Like, yeah, I do. Like I said, there is two different stories here. Like I said, I do feel like there's two different stories. So some of you may resonate with being a knight, and also resonate with you being the one that's been imprisoned or the slave. Some of you may also resonate with losing a child, losing your family, having that family taken away from you, or having something like I said, your family taken away from you, or losing a child in childbirth, or there's a lot going on right here. But when I think of baby, I think of family. So this could also be miscarriage as well. But there is a lot of loss and sadness with this. I'm going to pull some clarity cards with the Sacred Rebels to see what else comes up about your past. She feels, she knows. So you could be very like sensitive to your past life. I mean, like, I feel like your past life may be controlling your present. Like I said, 2 might get your attention. There's the energy of 2. There's the energy of 7 that's very present, very strong present here. But it's like you feel your past life like it's your present reality, and it's not. And the way to get past that is to constantly forgive. What do you feel? And it's like she feels, she knows. So don't allow the past to steal your joy. Don't allow it to get the better of you, because it's not the same anymore. I feel like family is also very, very important to you. And I'm going to pull you one more card because I'm so curious about your past life. And also, yeah, I feel like you may have like family. Family could be very, 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 very important to you. You could be a parent right now, or you could really just want kids, or really just want a family, or you feel incomplete without. You could be like family oriented. Anything else that wants to come out for pile number 2? No pile number 2. Okay, so in the world, not of the world, and after the storm. So after the storm clears, there's always a rainbow. This is just letting me know that everything will be okay for you. Please work on forgiveness, you guys, and I will see you guys next time. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope I gave you insight on your past life. Okay, beautiful stars, if you chose the clear quartz. Sorry if you can't see that. There is a glare. But clear quartz. Let's find out. Let's connect to your past life and see what that was about. Gambling. Free the brave wanderer. You have a lot of cards. Okay guys, so I decided to pull all the cards out. So I apologize though if you can't see it clearly. There is a glare. But so I feel like in a past life you were involved in war. I feel like you were what do you call it, the commander, the person that's in charge of giving the say-sos. Okay guys, so besides being like the commander, by the leader, I do feel like your past life happened in a time of war, of war, of conflict, of battle between nations. Sorry guys if you can't see that. I'm trying to get it clear, but it might not be clear. I can't see. But yeah, I feel like you were born, or your past life was a time of war, and I feel like you was I feel like you was definitely in war as a soldier or as the commander of the troops. And I do feel like there's a died in battle, and if you didn't die in battle, I feel like you were you ended up getting really, really wounded. Yeah, super strong goosebumps over here. So yeah, like I feel like if you didn't die in battle, you was like very, very like wounded and upset, or like emotionally like couldn't deal with it. I feel like you gambled with your life, and you had a lot of people who didn't like you or didn't agree with you. But I feel like a lot of people didn't like you. Like a lot of people wanted to see you hurt or wished bad on your life with this dark assailant right there. So yeah, I feel like you definitely, like this is right here just speaking about a battle. Like there was just gunfire, there was people attacking people, there was war. So yeah, you were born, I keep saying born, so yeah, I don't know why I'm saying born, but I feel like your past life, the one that's currently affecting you, like you may have had sudden death. Like if you didn't die in battle, soon after you kind of like started like losing your mind, or what is it, PTSD? Yeah, definitely you had that. And with this right here, this moth, I feel like I feel like you were a natural leader. I also feel like towards the end of your life, you kind of was drawn toward like the light, okay, if that makes sense. Like you were drawn toward the light versus the battleground. That wasn't your focus anymore. Your focus wasn't so much on the military, wasn't on the army, wasn't on conflict and war. I feel like you were more so like towards the end, when the PTSD started to kick in. I feel like you found your light. But I do feel like in this life, I do feel like you are still battling with like very high intensity aggressive emotions, or not being able to fully express yourself without being angry. Because I feel like there is a lot of rage inside of you. A lot of rage. Okay, now let's jump into these past life cards. So you do have a lot as well. So, orphan. That makes sense. lessons and blessings. That makes sense as well. It makes sense because, like I said, towards the end of your life, oh my goodness, you guys, oh my goodness, wars and battles. What did I say? What did I say, you guys? I told you. You guys were involved in a war. And yeah, so with this orphan here, that could have been how it all started. Like, you were born and maybe your family, your mother, your parents, they gave you up, or maybe they died in childbirth, or yeah, I feel like yep, okay, you guys, I feel like in this current life, you have abandonment issues, you have mother issues, and I do believe that your parents gave you up. You see how they're kind of like looking toward this person. Like, you see how they're kind of looking, and there's a person right there who he's covering his eyes, but the parents are kind of looking kind of like disgusted. So your parents, your mother could have given you up in a past life, and it fueled your rage and is the reason why you kind of wanted to join the military, join the army, join the battle. You know, could have been that could have been could have been what triggered it. You have farm, you have mother. So you in this life, you in your present life right now, you could have mother issues, you could have parental issues, and it's because in a past life your mother was also your mother in a past life, or yeah, you had mother issues as well in a past life. You also have karmic relationship. Now, karmic relationship could, like I said, your mother could be the relationship that has passed, that has followed on. And you notice this guy, he's getting suited up to leave for like the military, for like the war. So beyond having mother issues, abandonment issues, you could have had a family of your own, or could have been married. Yes, you could have been married in a past life, and you guys could have had, I don't get the sense that you had children, but if you did have children, they ended up being an orphan in a past life. If you ended up having children, I feel like, but I don't feel like you had children. For a lot of you, I don't feel like you had children in a past life, or if you did, you weren't actively in their life, which could mean, could relate to the orphan, because you could have died in battle and left your children an orphan. But it's funny because, like, the way I placed it, the mother is right here and the child is looking. So I feel like if your mother gave you up, she could have eventually had more children, and that affected you. Okay, that affected you like a lot. It's what fuels your rage currently. Your mother fuels your rage like no tomorrow. And yeah, I feel like you're always maybe looking toward her approval, or looking for her, or looking for a mother figure, or trying to find acceptance from your mother. But I do feel like with this lessons and blessings right here, I do feel like that you are, like I said, in your past life, you, toward the end, you did kind of like have a shift, and you started going toward the light of things, and that could mean death, but I do feel like there was like a rebirth of you. like a rebirth of you. And you have Celtic. Okay. That's interesting. When I see this Celtic right here, I mean, that could relate to you being a Celtic, Celtic, however people say that. A Celtic warrior. That, oh, you know what? That actually does make sense with this. Yeah. If you can, like, tall and long limbed, their hair flaxen pale, flowed under their light helms and streamed in long braids behind them. Their faces were stern and keen. Wow. So yeah, you could have been a Celtic warrior or a Celtic warrior, however you say that. Trying to get it clear so that you guys can see that, but you probably can't. I do apologize, you guys. Let me try and get you guys to see that clearly. You guys can see they're on a horse. They kind of look Celtic. But yeah, so I feel like you guys did have like this farmland. You had this land with your family. But I also feel like I feel like there was give me a second, guys. I want clarity on this. And the reason why I want clarity on this, because this is only talking about war, and it's kind of like halfway talking about your family. And I think that is because the main thing that is affecting you is your emotions. Like, I feel like you incarnated in this life with a lot of with your mother, and those mother issues. And I feel like your current life is fueled by rage. And you might be in a relationship right now, and that relationship that you're in is related to your past life as well. In a past life, this karmic relationship, lessons and blessings, I think a part of your lesson and blessings is the relationship that you're currently in. And I'm getting goosebumps for confirmation on that. So, yeah, that's amazing. Mass driver. Okay, that makes sense. Yes, look, you guys. Inferno. You see the skulls in the fire, and a lot of fire, a lot of passion. Okay, when I think of fire, I don't think so much of like, I mean, I do think of anger and rage, but it's like passion. You were fueled by the emotion of love, and it created this just driven passion. Oh, Leo. Are you a Leo? Have Leo in your chart? Or Earth, huge monster with a lion's mane, similar to the king of beasts. Look at that. You have not only do you have rage, but you have passionate rage. And that's just, I get goosebumps, yo. And so, yeah, look at that. Respect play. So yeah, you were definitely someone who had a lot of military power, or war power. And yeah, look, there's this mountain again. Look at this. Yeah, y'all was nothing to play with, y'all. And this is also with this bird being here, this lets me know that you yourself, one, is very strong and has very powerful passionate energy, fiery passionate energy, and earth energy. So you're like very grounded, and like you're reserved. Okay, but you do also have water here. Okay, and with this water, and you have illusionist, faceless mage. So wow, you have spiritual power too, and I feel like it's untapped. And I feel like that spiritual power that you have is untapped because you have emotions blocking you. And I want to leave it at that, but I'm going to pull a couple of cards for you for additional clarity. Yeah, so you're definitely, this is a very powerful power right here. So if you chose this clear quartz right here, you have psychic abilities that you have not tapped into yet, very mage-like energy that have not been tapped, but you are like very strong, and you are a very strong, passionate person. You could have fire, you could be a fire sign, have fire in your chart strongly. But I mean, all the elements are here. There's water, there's earth, and there's fire. And so dream a beautiful dream. So yeah, you want to make sure that You are allowing yourself to express. I feel like the reason why this past life is such a huge effect on you, one, because it was your most recent, but the other thing is because there's a lot of emotion. There's a lot of emotion within this past life, and there was rage, there was love, but I feel like in your past life you did not know at all how to express love, because any type of woman kind of reminded you of your mother to a certain degree, so they didn't get that full-on love because you kind of wanted them to love you like a mother. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like you didn't have that mother figure in your life, and then you were married, or you had a fiance and she took care of you, but I feel like you didn't respect her as a wife, or you kind of like compared her to your mother, or whatever mother figure you had into your life, your wife got compared to a certain degree, if that makes sense, or the lady in your life got referred to that. So like I said, yes, I do feel like you take life entirely too serious. You're very serious. You could be an earth sign as well, have earth in your chart, but with this sacred fool, allow yourself to dream, allow yourself to express, allow yourself to find inspiration from your past life. And that's what I have for you guys. I really want to pull more cards, but definitely contact me for a personal reading. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Alright, and finally, beautiful stars, if you chose the hiccups, if you chose the citrine, let's find out what your past life was like. Planes. Ooh, okay. Oh, all right. Yeah. So all right, you guys. So again, I feel like you guys in your past life, I feel like you guys, goddess of whim, gorge the strong, blind destruction. Okay, so yours is a bit more mysterious. Yours is a bit more mysterious because you have some spiritual stuff in here, and you also have war in here. So let's pull out these. Okay. All right, y'all. You got biblical, Asia, wisdom in reverse, transportation in reverse, male, female, and then you have monk. Okay. Whew, you guys. Right, and right. So with this male, female right here, what I get sometimes when I get this, I feel like if you are a male watching this, you were a female in a past life, and if you are a female watching this, you were a male in a past life. So with that being said, let's see what you had going on in a past life. Your past life is funny because it's a bit mysterious. Okay, it's a bit mysterious. But so what I can tell you right now is that you were someone who traveled, and like almost like a missionary or a monastery, or I don't know what that is actually. So you have monk or nun right here. Then you have biblical. So and you have transportation in Asia. So I feel like you were a missionary, like you traveled around, specifically to Asia. I don't feel like you were an Asian, but I do feel like you traveled like like on different missionaries, on different yeah, that's what it's called, missionaries, building and learning and growing in yourself and gaining wisdom. But this wisdom was in reverse, and the wisdom was in reverse because I feel like at one point in time, through all of this traveling and all the wisdom that you gained, I felt like you got to a point where maybe you felt like you knew everything, or maybe you felt I just completely lost my thoughts here, guys. I apologize for that. So this blind destruction right here is catching my attention a whole lot, and I literally cannot take my eyes off of it. And I think that's because I feel like you were doing so much good, and then something, maybe like during this time where you was trying to build and create this peace, war kind of like struck out. I'm gonna pull some more cards for you guys, because I honestly, your pile is like very mysterious. There's a lot of like unknown. There's like a lot of unknown. Yeah, I'm getting goosebumps. So there's like a lot of unknown, and I feel like energetically, yeah, so you were building this communal living and father. Yeah, so I feel like you were a parent in a past life, or if you weren't a parent and a father in a past life, you could have lost your father in battle. Woo, getting goosebumps. Confirmation. That's exactly what it was, you guys. So I feel like you lost your father in battle, and you could have been a child at this time as well. Yeah, you could have been a child, and I don't necessarily mean like a baby child. You could have been a baby. You actually could have been a baby. A very spiritual child. Very gifted child. Yeah, like I said, there was a lot of traveling. Egypt is here and Asia is here. There was a lot of traveling, transportation. Your father could have actually been the missionary, or could have been, the person who traveled, and you got your family kind of like went with. Yeah, the way you guys were living. Yeah, so your father may have been like someone involved in the church. Like your father might have been a monk. It's so amazing because like this pile is very mysterious. Like there's so much mystery in these cards, because it's telling the story of there was an invasion, but it's almost with this cestus of Dagla, I'm getting like energy though. Like I'm getting spiritual energy, and then you have this pacifism, which is talking about your aura. And so so this is like very mysterious right here. And yeah, so there was an attack on your family. Lucky strike. So yeah, an unexpected as well. An unexpected attack on your family. Okay, let me get clarity on these cards. What was their past life like? What is this saying? Okay. transportation was in reverse. And then you have mass driver, pot of greed. All right, you guys. Now some things are starting to make sense. Some things are starting to make sense. Clarity on anything else? Because this is like such a mystery, guys. So yeah, there's a lot of like magic. There's a lot of like spiritual going on here. Lots of spiritual, and I'm getting goosebumps. So with that being said, I feel like this past life is really tied to your childhood. With that baby here, you could have been a young child, but old enough to remember, old enough to witness, to remember what you witnessed. So, and then you have this goddess of whim here. So yeah, I feel like you were a child, and your father played a very key role in your life. I feel like he was... I feel like your father was a builder, wow. Okay. So I am pulling a lot of cards, you guys, and they are all pretty much pointing me in the direction of spirituality. So I feel like I said, there's very missionary things here. There's a connection to the divine source here, and I feel like that strong connection was with your family. The strong connection like through your family line. You guys traveled a lot, okay? Yeah, you guys traveled a lot, and I feel like your family was like very spiritual, had a lot of wisdom and knowledge, and I feel like they got attacked because of the resources and the knowledge that your family had. And then it's like you had this blind destruction right here, because, and I feel like the blind destruction comes from the pot of greed, like destroying things, people, family, and things like that. Just there was so much destruction because the people wanted what you guys had, what your family had. They wanted the wisdom, they wanted the knowledge, they wanted your family. And this is actually like you lost your father because I feel like it wasn't necessarily a war, but more so like an invasion. I feel like your family got disrupted because of greediness. Like, you know, I feel like in this life you don't allow yourself to get too close to people. I feel like maybe you're like skeptical about people. You might be you might have like certain phobias that are triggered from your past life. Like maybe you're afraid of trains, excuse me, you're afraid of traveling to somewhere new, you're afraid to speak up. There's just a lot of like a scaredness because of, yeah, like I feel like this attack happened so sudden, and it was like there's like spiritual attacks and there's physical attacks. And I am like so sorry, you guys, because I want to tell you guys so much about your past life, but it's like coming out in bits and pieces. Like there's so much, like, and I think that's because you were so young when this happened, so there's like a lot going on, but like nothing going on at the same time. So if it sounds like I'm confused and not really sure what I'm talking about, it's because I'm looking at this from the viewpoint of a child. That's why. And so yeah, I feel like you were a child when this happened, or this attack happened at night when you were kind of like half asleep, half awake, or the fact that you were a baby or a young child. So it's really hard to kind of understand what's happening when you're when you're at the viewpoint of a child. So yeah, so basically your past life was full of magic, like actual magic. There was magicians here, dark magic master. And yeah, so with that being said, and this biblical and monk or nun, so you were like highly connected to the divine. So there was wisdom that you and your family, your father had access to, because I feel like your father was the source, the one that was connected to the divine source, and you kind of like apprentice, like, you just watched. And but I also feel like yeah, there was like so there was like a plot, and there was like an attack on your family, and it was the reason why there was an attack on your family. It was because of the spiritual gifts and the spiritual knowledge that your family possessed. And when you're coming from a place of greed, that knowledge and that spiritual wisdom is what everybody wants, not knowing that they can tap into it themselves. And so yeah, you have always had this fear. So there's this fear of going outside, there's this fear of traveling, and there's this fear of losing people that are close to you, because that's what happened in your past life. You're afraid of sharing the knowledge that you have, because when your father or when someone in your family did that, you saw what happened. Like they took his life. They invaded him in his home, your home. Oh, look at this. Soul of purity and light. You are always protected and guided, no matter what. And it's like the faith and hope. Your parents probably lost that, and it kind of all went to you. Their whole faith and trust was in you, in your safety, in your development. So it's like you're not alone. You might think that you're alone, but you're not. And you might have a issue right now with eating your emotions. But you are very spiritual. You came into this life with so much wisdom and so many spiritual gifts, so many spiritual things that you can tap into, whether you have or not. Yeah, like you are so highly spiritual. And you guys, that's all I have for you. And I'm sorry if you might not feel like that was a lot of information to go off of, but remember that this is a collective. And also remember that sometimes the messages won't come out, but so clear. And like I said, I wanted to give you more, but that's all that really wanted to come out. Like building and creating, wanting to build and create this perfect world, quote unquote perfect, wanting to build the perfect home life for their family, and it just didn't happen that way because of other people's ill intentions. But I want you to know that none of that happened because of you. Maybe you were like a special child, but none of that happened because of you. Vows, unrequited love in reverse, ships, and finances. So Yeah, you guys also might have gotten married at a young age as well, as a means to improve your finances, but I feel like you were not happy in that relationship. And like I said, there was a lot of traveling and movement in your life as well. So that's what I have for you guys. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.